Howdy, Captain Screw, Captain Panda here, back again with another YouTube video for you guys. Back in the lovely, well, not so lovely, but very, very small, on-growing, ever so loved, ever so, not loved. The stand-in for Stampy's lovely world, the Forever World, our little place of relaxation in the world of Minecraft, the Craft Center. Now, I know I said last episode we're going to get started on that theater, and we are going to get started on this episode on that theater after we do some terrain work and after we do the most famous part of my videos, the question of the day. The question of the day for this episode of the Craft Center is, what is your ideal dream job? So, like, what is that one job you want to do in either the near future or you're currently doing? Granted, nobody is currently doing their dream job unless you're the very lucky few. Yeah, the very lucky few. But with that said, the answer to the question for me is being a ride engineer slash manufacturer. Well, engineer and manufacturer are pretty much in the same boat there, because you gotta be an engineer to manufacture a ride, or at least know what you're talking about when you're doing that. And I'm neither of those. And a writer, which I have like 90 different projects going on and none of them are completed. Like, I have maybe like two screenplays done, and yet I gotta like go back and like rework everything because like the transactions are horrendous. But yeah, that'll be another one to add to our ever so growing vault. Ooh, excuse me. Conveniently that it's raining, because it was raining earlier where I live and it was like raining really badly. But yeah, the time of this recording, it's currently not raining, but it's still doing the little flashy of lights, the little manufacturing of fireworks. But let's head over to the doghouse and let's take ourselves a dog and let's go find one to choose. Not Charlie, not Bluey. Actually, we haven't taken Mark out. Where the hell is Mark? Mark, where you at? Mark. Come on, Mark. Let's go. Come on, Mark. Okay, there's Mark. Alrighty. Let's make our way over to where we're going to be building the theater. I had a massive brain fart there. And we're gonna do some terrain work, kind of like we did here with the studio. As you can tell, it's still poorly furnished with just a very long table. But yeah, this is where the theater's gonna be, right here. I still haven't figured out where I want the entrance for the theater to be. I don't know if I want it to be over this way and just have like a little bridge going across to the theater. Hi, doggy. Or if I want to have the theater facing that way, and it just being facing this direction, and you would have to like walk around these two builds just to get to it. Which I honestly, I think I might do the I might do the facing the lake here, and have like a little makeshift bridge going across there. Having a little bridge going across, or no. I like it facing that way, so we can have the additional build facing out this way. We're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of work here and like move plants and stuff, because like these are gonna be in the way and stuff. It is getting pretty late in this episode already. Now you might be saying, why? Why, Captain? Why put a theater in your world when you're not going to have any like screenplays or anything like that going on? Well, sometimes you just gotta wing it and go. You just gotta build and go and see what happens. And sometimes builds just happen. And sometimes they work with the world, sometimes they don't. And this is kind of just one of the builds that kind of has to be built and seen to see if it works with the world or not. Come on, Mark. And yeah. So let's go ahead and like, I know I usually do terrain work off camera, but to me it makes a little more sense this episode to do terrain work before we get started. Where do I store my flowers again? That's trees. No. This is where I store my wool. I store them somewhere down here. That's my dirt. That's all the wood. That's all my dye. That's all my cobblestone. Which I'm going to need all of that cobblestone. I don't need to put that in there. Gonna need all this cobblestone, so we're gonna go ahead and grab all this, and we're gonna go ahead and grab a chest from in here. I think all these, not these, not it, so not this one. We're gonna take this one, and we're gonna go ahead and hop over. Come on, Mark, follow. And we're going to... Alright. With that there... Should probably go grab some wood to also do a little bit of interior work, but I think when we're doing a little work here, it'll make it much easier. So let's go ahead and clear all this out. And yeah, we're gonna clear all this out and fill majority of this in. And yeah, and then yeah, we'll do all that, and then we'll get started on the foundation, and it'll also be able to give us to fill in this little patchwork here that I tried to do earlier. So yeah, but with a lot of stuff happening, this video is surprisingly coming out late. Like, I've had work. I'm also preparing for my second job to start up, So like, your boy's gonna be working 2 jobs. So he's gonna be working 2 jobs where I'm at. So, and they both tend to be outside, which is not a good combination. A little bit of advice: if you work in entertainment, like theater, amusement parks, zoos, stuff like that, don't go to another entertainment place and then continue going to the other one, because like I made that I'm currently making that mistake, and I am going to regret it in the long run. I'm going to regret it bad. So, and like people that work in entertainment will understand. Heck, people that are like that are like teachers and stuff will understand. When I say people that just work 2 jobs in general will understand that you kind of spread yourself thin when you're gonna do that, because you don't really get a day off unless you like request one from one of your jobs, but then that's like you're missing out on money. And like, I'm doing this for fun. Like, this is just something I kind of want to see if I can try out and see if it works. It works. And hey, that's just extra stuff for me to do, and keeps my mind fresh and rolling. And it also keeps the brain juices flowing, and keeps me thinking, keeps me on my toes. What? Thanks, I guess? Okay. Did it break any of my armor? No. Okay, we're good. But yeah, I forgot to say this earlier, but if you have any like general question ideas, because I've been kind of lacking in the question department. That's why my videos are slowly becoming farther and farther apart, because I barely have any ideas to any questions to ask, because I'm like trying to think of question ideas and stuff like that, and it makes it much easier if I just ask you guys. And you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, because I'm not gonna stop creative people from using their creative juices and asking for questions and asking question ideas and having question ideas. Like, some of you have seen the way I've done guest questions. I'll give the person a shout out, and I'll give you a shout out, and you'll get a general answer from me about your question, and possibly answers from like other people about your questions. Like, I had one that was about, do I plan to do this forever? And the answer was like, depends. And yeah, like I had to kind of shorten their question, because their question was a long one, so I had to like summarize their question a little bit there. Kind of hurts when I have to summarize some people's questions, but I had to kind of make it work a little bit there, just to make it a little more understanding for folks that watch the videos from beginning to end. Which I'm not an interesting person, I know. I don't sound entertaining at all. I watch my videos and I'm like, jeez, I sound boring. I'm like, I am no Markiplier when I do these videos. I am like, wow. Like, I be putting myself to sleep when I'm talking. Granted, I am a rambler, so I do tend to ramble a little too much. I've had people legitimately look at me and go, "Can you shut up for 5 seconds?" Because I kind of don't know how to shut up. Like, friends and family have like told me to actively shut up because I don't shut up. But when I'm like in a new environment and stuff, I'm the suspicious one. I'm the one in the corner that's just staring at everyone because I don't know how to talk to people. So, but yeah, that's just kind of something that runs in my family. We barely talk to anyone. We keep to ourselves because we're not really interactive people in my house. Like, we'll acknowledge something, but we don't really talk to people that much. We're just like, yeah, there's people, but do I have to socialize? And we always choose never to socialize because it's just easier not to. So yeah. That's why I tend to never show my face in these videos, because again, I don't socialize and it makes me nervous when I'm talking a bunch of big shit and acting like I'm a cool guy when I'm honestly not. This is just a person. This is just a guy behind the mirror. And I just to the water! To the water! Run, men, run! To the water! Come on, motherfucker. Let's go. Come on. Where you at? Where you at? Huh? Come on, you fugly. Did I get an ender eye? Ender eye? Damn it! No, I didn't. That faker. I want an ender eye, so we at least can get to the end. I want to at least get to the end of this series at some point. Maybe not like now, but like maybe 3, 4, 6 years in the future. Not 6, but like maybe couple episodes in the future. Like a couple years in the future, I hope to like eventually make it there. Sorry, I'm like hiccuping like there is no tomorrow. And I'm like trying to speak proper English, and yeah, it's not easy. You'd think a man that speaks English on a daily basis would be able to speak English properly, but I don't. Fun fact, I am terrible at my own language. At my native language. I suck at it. But then again, if you live in America, you suck at English, because it's just a common trait with Americans. We cannot speak to save our lives. We can try and fail miserably, but yeah, it's just a game of it's just a game of not strategies, categories. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Categories, I believe. I could also be fucking that up and be saying it's something else. I could use that for something else. I'm kind of not the brightest. I'm not the brightest knife in the shed. I meant drawer. I'm not the brightest thing where I'm at. So yeah. I'm pretty slow when it comes to stuff. But in the end, I get the gist of things after it takes me like half an hour to actually understand what I'm looking at. Like, it's so funny watching my family having to play a game of charades with me, where I'm trying to when they're trying to where they're trying to answer my question, and it takes them like half an hour for them to actually get me to understand. It's not even a half an hour. It's more like 30. It's like half a minute, so like 30 seconds, and then I understand, and I'm like, oh, okay. Perks of living with dyslexia. You kinda have to like figure stuff out. I have to like see things in a different way to understand how to deal with things. Fun fact, I'm also autistic. So if I see a train, I'm gonna get distracted by the train. If there's ever a train in my vicinity, my family has to like pull me away because I go, ooh, choo choo. And then I start running towards, not running towards the train, but like I start walking towards it to actively admire the train. Like I have good like spatial awareness, so I know when to, you know, not stim. And I stim heavily when I'm at home by myself. And like my family is just like, yeah, he stims occasionally whenever he's at home alone. I stim a lot when I'm at my family. So, yeah. Where am I looking for? I am making 2 more shovels. I'm going to make another pickaxe. So at least I have 3 of everything. 3 of everything. Nice and ready to go. And we're gonna go ahead and take out these trees here, because again, it makes a little sense to me to do terrain work before I do the actual build. And then once we get started on the build, everything will come to light. Now you might be saying, like, Captain, why don't you just start laying out the frame? Because that's no fun, and it doesn't make the video interesting. Because we finished that one in like in an episode. We finished those over there in like 2, the farm in 2, the house in like 7, not even 7, like 5, and then the storehouse in like 2, well not 2, like 3. Sorry, don't spit. Ooh, ow, bitch. But yeah, and we finished that one in like 8. That one's our longest because it was just a big ass thing. That's right, we did say we were gonna. I said, oh, I am all over the place this episode. I need to just shut up and like figure out what the hell I'm doing. I'm like rambling and like terrain work, and I'm like just everywhere. I'm everywhere but nowhere at the same time. Hello? Can you place the block, please? Why didn't I need an extra shovel. I need another diggy tool. Why is my game glitchy? Stop glitching. Damn you, Google Fiber. Well, Google Fiber is actually a pretty good internet service. It's just we got more than they can offer. It makes their system. It makes the internet really slow. There we are. I think that adds. Ooh. Just gonna store this shit in here. Yeah, I think us doing a little bit of terrain work this episode before we started putting in the farm, not the farm, the theater kind of helped out with a lot because it helped us look at the terrain we're thinking about putting the theater in. Because, yeah, we also gotta like make that into something. And like with all this space right here, the theater can be very big, very vast. It could be a very vast theater. And I don't know what's up with me in the word theater today, but because I am like over pronouncing the th in this word. And like I think it's me trying to pronounce it properly because of the fact I also like I'll just occasionally randomly stutter through words and it sucks. Like if I get really excited, you can like hear me stutter and it's funny for my family and it sucks for me because I get very frustrated. But then again, that's just my family. We all work hard together to get things done. Granted, I am probably the laziest one out of all of us because I don't like doing shit. But then again, we are a family of working people, so no matter what the hell we do, we're always on our feet, so we just stay active in the short runs. We don't know how to sit down. We're always on our toes. If you ask us what the heck we're doing one day, we're just like, yeah, cleaning. Ask us what we're doing the next day, and we're like, rearranging furniture. And it's like, what are you doing the next day? Walking. It's like, what are you doing now? Dancing. Yes, that's a Family Guy reference if nobody's clocked that. I should like make extra beds for when I'm like constructing shit, so. But I might actually I might end this videos here with us just talking and getting started on the terrain work for the farm. Not the farm, Jesus Christ, we already got a farm. We don't need another one. But for the sorry, I just like for the theater, with it being right here. So yeah. We got started on the terrain work. We cleared out a pretty good much of dirt and got it pretty much suitable for the next episode. So, you got anything to say, Mark? No? You want him to do it? Uh-oh. Got anything? No? Okay. Well, if you're still here next time I log in, we're gonna kidnap you and put you in a house and give you a name. But yeah. With all that said, like, subscribe, do all that good jazz, and also leave your answer to the question of the day down below in the comments. And if you have a question of the day, I will pin it to the top of the comment section, and I will use it in the next episode. So, the captain is signing off from the comfort of our craft center, and from the craft center to you, have a good one. Captain out. Peace.